Ready to dive into the world of school sports? From epic wins to game-changing plays, we've got it all. Catch the School Sports Podcast, telling tales, inspiring dreams, and promoting champions. Streaming every Friday. Don't miss out on USSSA TV.
Hangiriza Gutamba, hangiriza Nchanungi, hangiriza Mwijukuru wa Kabalega. Good evening and welcome to today's episode of the School Sports Podcast. My name is John Wycliffe Musinguzi and I'm your host today. And of course, it's a special episode as we are talking about it. This is, we are going to focus on Bunyoro Zone because we are currently based in Masindi, specifically at Kabalega SS as we go on for the Bunyoro Zone Qualifiers. You know, it's only 20 days to the National Ball Games 1 and of course a month to the National Boys Football Championship in Lira. Now, today's discussion will focus on telling us how prepared Bunyoro has been, what happened last year, and what should we expect from them this year. I'm going to be joined by two guests, the chairman of this zone, and of course, the host head teacher. Now, but before we go for that, we have the CAF Africa Schools Football Championship that has been taking place in Harare, Zimbabwe, where Uganda had one representative in the names of St. Mary's Chitende, one of the giant schools when it comes to schools football. It managed to participate after winning the CECAFA Zone Qualifiers that were held in December last year. But then, what a championship, what a run for the boys from Chitende. Started in the group stages with a 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe. And of course, that didn't hinder them from scoring more goals in the two left games in the group stages. They came and beat DR Congo 6-0. And then in their last group game, they beat Morocco 3-0 to advance to the semi-finals where they played Benin yesterday. And of course, made a 0-0 draw before they went to penalty shootouts and they knocked out Benin to secure their first ever final at this Continental Championship. Unfortunately, today evening, the boys managed to play Senegal. Hard luck to them. We lost 5-4 on penalty shootouts following a goalless draw in normal time. In the other girls category, Ghana successfully defended the title. But of course, the defending champions, Tanzania, could not even get out of the group stages. The boys will be back home this Sunday, but of course, they have had a very good championship, scoring 10 goals in only 5 games played, winning 2 games, and of course, drawing 2 games in normal time, 3 games in normal time, but of course, managed to lose on the final day. It will be another time to try for them next year if at all they can win the Zonal, District, National, and the CECAFA qualifiers. But of course, as Uganda, we are proud of the boys, and this has been an improvement because St. Mary's Chitende managed to represent in the 2025 edition, couldn't get out of the group stages. 2025 edition in Ghana, they managed to reach the semi-finals and lost to the same team, Senegal, on penalty shootouts. This time, they have lost on the final. And of course, it has been like that, when it comes to our participation at the CAF continent, there have been improvement every year, even in the girls category, from the 3rd place to the 2nd place. And hopefully next year, we will be securing another place to compete at the final championship. Now, we are back, and of course, let's now take a deep look into the Bunyoro zone. The championship began officially yesterday, but of course, yesterday but one, the teams arrived at this prestigious school, one of the fast rising powerhouses when we are talking about school sports in Bunyoro. But of course, I have a guest in my studios, and of course, this studio is very spectacular, and of course, a special one. Not from the now away from GNS Plaza where you are used. We are at the Kabalega SS. I'm going to give him a chance to introduce himself to you, our viewer, and of course you get to know him, and then we go into the discussion. Good evening, sir, and you're welcome on USSA TV. You can say hi to our viewer and introduce to them. Who are you when it comes to Bunyoro Zone?
Good evening to you all viewers. I'm called Kugonza Fred. I'm the chairperson Uganda Secondary School Sports Association, Bunyoro Zone. And at the same time, you don't become a chairman not until you're a head teacher. I'm a head teacher of Buhimba Secondary School in Kikube district.
Is Buhimba here?
Buhimba is here.
Yeah, that's very good. And of course, when did you become the chairperson of Bunyoro Zone?
I became the chairperson of Bunyoro Zone in the past 3 years.
Yes. Was it in the 2022 elections?
It was in the 2020 elections, exactly.
So you're looking forward to another term this time? Or you will be confirming in the...
I really don't know. I still have a doubting mind, but
yes.
I'm yet to decide.
Yeah, but of course, thank you for the job well done. Bunyoro Zone, at least now you can see there is a difference. And of course, there is competition. When you're talking about the 19 zones of USSA, you can't forget to talk about Bunyoro for the work well done, and of course with your team. Now, we are looking at this championship. First of all, you can highlight for us, when did the championship begin? When is it ending? How many schools do you have?
The championship began on 8th. That was reporting day. Yesterday, which was 9th, we had our first matches. Actually, 8th, we were doing the screening of the athletes. Yesterday, we started with the matches, and we ended up, it was all crowned up by an opening ceremony, marvelous opening ceremony.
Yes, I attended.
It was
a beautiful one, yes.
Rather Masindi Stadium, which was rather a beautiful one.
Yes.
And I think it is the second of its kind during my term of office. I'm very grateful to my team, to my executive, and to the host schools, because without their cooperation, possibly, even the opening ceremony wouldn't have been as colorful as it was. We are very grateful to the community of Masindi. They are always welcoming. Unlike other communities where you go and they are very hostile and security becomes a problem. Thank you, Masindi municipality. Thank you, Masindi district. Thank you so much.
Okay, Chair, now I want you to give us some of the highlights about this championship. Mostly, let's look at the disciplines that we are having in this championship. How many disciplines are we having? Because as we understand that the national ball games and qualifiers are ongoing, and of course at the same time at the under-20 boys football qualifiers are also taking place at this same venue. Which disciplines are we participating in?
The most liked discipline for this season has been football, under-20 for both boys and girls. But we are participating also in basketball. We are participating in netball, under-17. We have had teams participate in volleyball. And today we started also with teams competing in basketball.
Yes, so basketball officially kicked off today.
Yeah.
Kicked off today, and to be coming to climax on Sunday at the same time.
Basketball may come to climax on tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Because that means we have had a very less number compared to football.
Yeah, basketball we have a challenge as Bunyoro that the facilities for basketball are limited. Actually, you find them in very few schools. For instance, in Masindi, you'll find it in Kabalega. In Hoima, you find it in St. John Bosco Seminary, you find it in Duhaga Secondary School, you find it in Mandela. As for my mother district, Kikube district, there isn't even any facility for basketball. So having a team for basketball becomes a bit difficult. Kivale, same case. Kakumiro, Kagadi, same case.
Hasn't this
When you go to
hindered
Bulisa,
talent promotion when it comes to basketball? Because I think in those districts there are some children who would like to play basketball.
yeah, and there would be very good ones, but because of lack of facilities, it becomes really a very big challenge for us to promote.
Yes.
To promote that discipline and get it moved to the next level.
Do you think there are ways that USSA or Bunyoro zone could help? Because I saw recently USSA stepped in to save the athletics, in the zones. Now, do you think there are ways maybe USSA or the zone can help maybe those districts and also we get participating schools?
With me, I would encourage the head teachers of the varying schools to put it in their budget, unless it is Minister of Education now coming in to help in development of these fields, just like I saw in St. Joseph's College Laibi, where they developed a swimming pool.
Yes.
But at zonal level, we may not be having the capacity to really promote or to develop this kind of fields. I remember from 2013 to 2018, I was the head teacher of this mighty school, Kabalega SS. Oh. And in 2016, we hosted the nationals. And during those nationals, that is when Kabalega Secondary School, we struggled to make the first 3 basketball courts. And those are still the basketball courts that exist. So as head teachers, I want to encourage my fellow head teachers that if you budgeted for it, you appropriately budgeted for fields such as basketball, we can make it as Bunyoro.
I think now USSA should just do it as a trick that wherever they think there is a gap in facilities, they just give them a chance to host the nationals, and maybe they can wake up and do that.
It works.
Yes, it works because we have seen it.
Kabalega.
Yes.
And that is also how Duhaga SS got basketball courts.
Yes.
Otherwise, if there's no that push, no that pressure. I remember that time our current CEO used to come and inspect, and he would encourage me, would tell me, please, please, please. Our current president would come and tell me, please, please, please. By then, our president was Mr. Okanya Patrick.
Yes.
And they would tell me, they would encourage me. So I got the courage, though I had the fear. But in the long run, when the ball games ended, the school benefited, and it still benefits from the same courts.
I think it's the same issue with Uganda hosting AFCON. There is a lot of improvement that is going on just because we awarded the hosting rights. Now, Chair, we are looking at the zone. You come into office in 2022, and then we are in your 4th year, as you have told us.
Yeah.
What do you think you have improved as the chairperson and your executive, or as the zone, from the previous term now to this term, or from the previous years where you have been in office for the past 3 years, and compared to these zonal games?
Actually, I would say I found almost no structure in place, because there would be predecessor of mine, who is Major Nathan Impairwe, who was head teacher Masinde Army by then, had been transferred to Entebbe Air Force, and there was no chairperson. So the other executive members were just struggling. Feeding of learners whenever they would come would be a problem. Generally, the games were disorganized in their own way. So I started from scratches, ensuring that we have an organized tournament, and indeed we have had one, ensuring the welfare of the games teachers and the athletes. We have struggled and we have done that. And indeed, I found a lot of, for us here we call it Vichupuli.
Yes.
I have really fought with the Vichupuli.
The forgery.
The forgeries.
The documents.
I've fought with the non-bona fide students. Actually, this tournament was being played by men. And you would hardly find students. But when you go to the various pitches now, you really see these are players of school-going age, and they are indeed under 20. Though we still have some few people who are still playing tricks of going back, they make them receipt P7, but we can still identify. Through physical screening, we have done that, at least as of yesterday, and we have removed some of them.
Now, you talk about forgery, you talk about manipulation, and that takes us to age cheating. What really happened last year? Because we reached at an extent where Bunyoro zone was not going to have a representative at the national games. Was it last year or the other year?
No, it was the other year.
Yeah, it was the year 2024.
2024, I think we made a mistake. We, in the spirit of taking the games throughout Bunyoro such that people can enjoy. We miscalculated. We did not see the environment where we were taking our games. So we took the games to Kagadi, and particularly so St. Adolph, Tibeyaliwa in Muhoro, and Margaret Mary, which were the co-hosts, but the community became very hostile. We regretted it, and from that time, we have decided that we shall struggle to put these games where at least they have been for quite a long time, because when we took them there, you could not talk to those people and they understand. Actually, the students and the players were not the problem. Our problem were, I would say, the people from the villages.
Yes.
They would come, they want to dictate, and they want to be the organizers of our tournament. So we reached a moment, and the RDC, through her intelligence reports, advised us that something big was going to erupt.
Yes.
And she advised us that we should stop the tournament. What we did actually, we went ahead and organized, again in my own school in Wimbeses, the semi-finals and finals for girls. So we changed the ground. But for the boys, there was a lot of contestation. Masinde Ame, Kabale SS, Masinde SS, St. Adolph Tibeyaliwa, Kitara SS, and the whole thing became a mess. And we had even run short of funds.
Yes.
So we just had willing schools, and I think the only willing school by that time was Kabalega Secondary School, which was looked at by the national. They went there and talked to the national, and it is only Kabalega Secondary School that represented us that year. But the battle here has been between some of these good sporting schools like Panyadoli, Self-Help, Kabalega SS. I want to thank God that we have now developed. Yesterday on the opening ceremony, Kabalega SS played with Panyadoli Self-Help. They played, Panyadoli won, but we came back to Kabalega SS and slept peacefully. No student of Panyadoli was even scratched, not even an abuse, not even a whisper. That is a very big development in the sports of Bunyoro. Uprooting that spirit of negative competition from amongst our schools, from amongst our athletes, has been a very, very big hurdle. Though it still continues in some few schools, but we have tried to fight it. We have demystified it up to a good percentage. And now schools can play without major fights.
What are you looking at as Bunyoro zone this year? Because the zones now competing, you know, when it comes to the national level, as we are seeding for the next championship, we look at the rankings, we look at how teams performed and how the teams participated, meaning in number. What is Bunyoro zone looking up to when it comes to national championship this year?
The national championship, we have always been given a few slots. And we are looking at having better teams representing us. That doesn't mean that Bunyoro hasn't been having better teams representing us, because as for the case of 2024, Kabalega went alone, but at the national ranking, it was ranked number 10.
Yes.
Which is quite good from the whole of Uganda. So as Bunyoro, I don't think we are faring badly.
So now, Chair, you have talked to us about the challenges. You have told us how Bunyoro is looking forward to this year. In your perspective, what do you think the zonal games contribute to the national competitions? Now we are looking at it in a general perspective, not Bunyoro. How the zonal games contribute to the national championship?
Actually, generally, the major contribution of the zonal towards the national is, one, when we come to the zones, talents are identified. And we are here right now in Masindi, but various scouts even from universities. Yesterday I was interacting with a scout from Mundeje.
Yes.
They are here scouting and looking for people who are in senior 6 who can join their universities and get bursaries. That is one. Then two, towards the nationals, we shift. It is a very good shift for us. We shift and get the best that we can present at the national level. Other than us thinking of possibly the districts, because now if we had not come to the zone, then the districts, it would be very difficult for us to know who is better than the other at a zonal level that we can present and one goes to the national level. And we hope and we have the confidence that this time round, the teams that we shall present for national will ably represent us.
Chairman, in my last question, do you think there has been talent improvement? Now we have looked at the general perspective of the organization, competition-wise, then the welfare of the school. Now we are looking at the quality improvement of players. You as the chairman, you have watched many games. Have you seen any improvements?
There is a very, very great improvement. Just as Uganda is being represented and there is an improvement worldwide, even here as Bunyoro Zone, there is a great improvement. One, we are using real students and students of that age. And two, because in the past, you'd find people who are coming from the village who are of no use in schools are the ones who are playing this tournament. But now we have real students. And as Bunyoro, even people are consulting us. The St. Mary's Kitende, the Zana Standard High Zana, and so on. Those schools that are meriting at national level, they come here and also scout. And sometimes school make good money out of that. Because you don't just transfer as per the USS guidelines. You have first to get a consent of the what?
From the
former school. So really, the talents have been developed. And with me, my greatest happiness is that we are developing talents of the real people. Not just getting people who have already been developed elsewhere, and they come here just to show as if it is a friendly match. So that one gives us the real inspiration that indeed the people we are using are real students, they are in school, and we are developing these students, and we are very sure in the near future, not only Bunyoro, but USS as a whole, we are going to get real talent development.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure even Fufwa is speaking from us.
Yes. And now, Chairman, in your final remarks to the people of Bunyoro Zone and also to the nation, in your final remarks to them.
I want to thank the people of Bunyoro Zone. I want to thank my ASHU, Association of Secondary School Head Teachers Union in Bunyoro. They have really supported me. Because without schools making contributions and giving me the participants, it would be very, very difficult for me even to reach this level. But we have moved on from district level, we have moved now to the zone level, and now we are talking of going to the national level. But all that goes through schools, and it goes through head teachers. And without the support of the directors and the head teachers, I think I would find it very difficult. I want to thank the national, especially the National Secretariat, for providing all that is necessary, providing us the staff, secretariat staff that are very cooperative. Allow me, though I wouldn't have liked to mention names, thank Mr. Dana Manya, who has helped me do a very wonderful job in screening. I want to thank also Mr. Maria Bosco. These guys are really very, very cooperative. Leave alone you, the media people.
Yes.
I want to thank USSA for training these younger guys. And they are doing a very good job. Now I'm being interviewed by a USSA product.
Yes, sir.
And I really get challenged. The interviewer knows what he does.
Oh, thank you,
and
sir.
he's knowledgeable.
Thank you, sir.
My photo man, KB, has always produced very good work. I'm very, very grateful. I want to thank USSA for having given us, during this tournament, instructors for coaching and referee. They are doing a very good job, and we are sure by Sunday, when we are leaving or when we are closing, they will be done and they would have already added some value on my students in the Bunyoro region, and I'll have very good referees and coaches in the coming season.
Okay, Chairman.
You asked me whether I'm coming for another term. If people appreciate,
you will be back.
I will be back.
Yeah, in the same way, KB will be back in 2031. So the people of Masindi should just look into him and consider him this time. What a wonderful discussion from moving the journey from 2022 when Chairman joined office up to where we are now for this year's Zonal Qualifiers. And of course, the discussion continues, coming back with the head teacher of Kabalega SS to discuss with us how they find it when hosting this prestigious zone. over 6 districts converging at this prestigious school.
9, actually 9.
There are 9 districts. 9 districts converging at this school to make sure that they are the drivers of this year's zonal qualifiers. We will be back after this short break.
Ready to dive into the world of sports? From epic wins to game-changing plays, we've got it all. Catch the School Sports Podcast, telling tales, inspiring dreams, and promoting champions. Streaming every Friday. Don't miss out on USSSA TV. Ready to dive into the world of sports? From epic wins to game-changing plays, we've got it all. Catch the School Sports Podcast, telling tales, inspiring dreams, and promoting champions. Streaming every Friday. Don't miss out on USSSA TV.
Thank you very much for still being part of this special podcast. As I told you earlier, we are based at Kabalega SS in Masindi, the host for the 2026 Bunyoro Zone Qualifiers. Now, with me is the head teacher of this big school. I don't know how big it is, but of course we will get to know how long this school has been serving, because in their motto, they learn to serve. Head teacher, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, nice to have you on the School Sports Podcast.
Thank you. I'm also happy to be hosted here.
Okay, now you can introduce yourself to the viewer outside there and get to know who we are talking to this evening.
Thank you, the moderator. My name is Katusime Jackson, the head teacher at Kabalega Secondary School.
Yeah, when do you join Kabalega as the head teacher?
As a head teacher, it is now 1 year. I joined last year, 2025. Now I'm making my 2nd year.
Wow, we are seeing great contributions to the school in just a year.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the work.
It is because for the love of the school, I'm also an OB of this school.
Yes.
Therefore, I have to put in all efforts to ensure that the school retains and maintains its standards.
Okay. Earlier on, as I was starting this part, I talked about Kabalega's long journey of serving in Masindi. How old is the school?
The school is so old. It started way back in the 1950s.
Oh, over 76 years.
Exactly.
Couldn't believe
and
this.
since then, we have been among the top schools in the country. Therefore, we have maintained our standards. But at this time, we want to show everybody in the country that we are never a joke.
I have to go back and look into my records.
As the name goes, Kabalega. Kabalega was a king.
Yes.
Was one of the greatest kings, the one that gave headache to the colonialists. Therefore, Kabalega is Kabalega, and sincerely, it is a big school, and everything it does remains big.
You have something you say, big is big.
Exactly.
That's what you mean.
Exactly, big is big.
Okay, sir. Now, you are hosting the Zonal Qualifiers. First of all, how is the situation from 8th when teams reported at this venue up to today?
At first, I had got scared, but everything is moving on smoothly. The athletes, the footballers are well behaved. I'm seeing these children play against each other. We are having students play against students. Their matches are very entertaining. These children have talent. So for us, we are actually enjoying, and the aim of having these games has actually been so beneficial to us. These children are friendly to each other. These children are playing entertaining games. So the people around here are really enjoying.
What motivates you to host this year's Zonal Qualifiers? Because it's overwhelming. 9 districts all converging in one place. It's somehow risky, somehow expensive. But what motivates you as Kabalega?
It can't be expensive. It depends on how you are. As we already said, Kabalega is big. One, we have the facilities. Imagine a school having up to 3 football pitches, having up to 3 basketball courts. We have enough space that where we can have volleyball courts. That is motivation number 1. Then another one, we have the facilities where we can house these athletes. the footballers. We have space where we can house them. Then another thing we are aiming at, we are testing ourselves. Can we now be in position to host the national championships? So
Are you
after we have
really
hosted this and we have tested and we are hosting it successfully without major challenges, therefore we are ready. We shall even be in position to host the national championships.
The bidding process will be open soon. I hope to see Kabalega as one of those schools.
Yes, we are going to apply for that.
Ball games 1 or boys football?
Ball games 1.
You want to host that largest crowd? You
Yeah,
know,
we are starting with ball games 1, then another time we shall apply also for ball games 2.
That's interesting, and of course good to hear for the people of Bunyoro, because
You're
it has
welcome.
been somehow long time without having the national championship in Bunyoro.
Exactly.
And if you can
it
make
was
it
here.
for them,
It was here in the, was it in the 90s or early 2000? 2016. That's when
almost 10
we
years
last
now.
hosted it, and therefore I will be very proud if we hosted it for the second time, say in 2020, 2028 or 2027. We shall be in position to host such championship. We have already been tested.
that's a good thing to hear. But of course, as the games, we began on 8th.
Yes.
But of course, there must be preparations before this championship. What were the preparations, or how did you prepare to host such a big crowd?
I wouldn't say there was a lot of things to prepare for. One thing, Kabalega Secondary School is a sporting school, I would say. We are always in football, we are always in basketball, we are always in volleyball, we are always in everything. So, as pertains the playing arena, everything was in position. Then another thing, as I already told you, we have the space. We have the first class classrooms, I would say, because when you host such a kind of event, you need to have space. You need to have the rooms. The dormitories were housing our students because
Yes.
the term is still running on. So we ended up putting our students, our athletes, the ones that we are hosting from other schools, we ended up putting them in classes. Our classes are comfortable enough for these athletes. Except what I would bring out is that we have hosted these games when the term is still running. Therefore, in one way or the other, the classes are interrupted.
Yes.
Our learners become limited. The learners of Kabalega Secondary School become limited in terms of space for their personal reading. But we are handling, after all, those are very few days. Come Sunday, the games will have been done.
Yeah, apart from interrupting classes, you know, hosting such a championship, I know it comes with some challenges. Have there been any challenges so far?
The challenges, I don't think we have had them. Definitely, the moment you have a big crowd, there are some issues that come up. Allow me put in this. When you host people from other schools, and then they come and then you host them into your compound, definitely the environment changes. For example, we have trees that we have planted, those that are young. You'll find that these players may end up trampling onto those young trees, therefore the environment is distorted in a certain way. Then the garbage disposal. You'll find these boys and girls throw bottles all over the compound. But definitely we are ready for that. We have rubbish bins all over the compound. But this one would also come in as an advice. As we help these children develop their talent, we should also tell them they need to live in a clean environment. Let the bottle be disposed of where it is supposed to be, not just to be thrown in the compound. That has been a major challenge. The rubbish that has come with the people that we have hosted. We need to teach our children that the bottles are supposed to be in the bin. The polythene bag is supposed to be in the bin. As we train them to have better sporting activities as they display their talents, their good talent. Good talent should come with cleanliness.
Should come with discipline.
With discipline, exactly. The compound should be kept clean. The rubbish should be put wherever it is supposed to be put.
So, head teacher, how do you balance academics and sports? Because you are looking at a busy term, that is term 1 now, where the students, mostly the athletes, spend most of the time on the pitch because they have to train. You know, now we are in the field, sport has become very competitive. You are competing with a school where they have 4 hours of training, but I'm talking about term 1 because most of the schools use this time to prepare, because you have the district games, they take like a week. You have the zonal games, they take like a whole week. Then you are preparing for the national games. That means you can't just wake up on a single day and then you're going to train for a game that is tomorrow. How do these students balance academics and sports?
Yes, I will tell you that, by the way, our footballers, I would take an example. Most of our footballers are the ones that are performing very well academically. So as a school, you need to strategize yourself. You are going to develop the talent of these learners. You need to plan. We are in class starting from 8 up to 4:30. And therefore from 4:30 up to 6, these boys go for their training. Every day, it is on a daily basis. Then on a Sunday, you give them, say, from 2 up to 5. That is enough time. Then for making a thorough preparation, you need to have at least 1 or 2 weeks of their holiday. You go into a camp where they will have thorough drilling, where they will have thorough training. So that time is enough for them to make the required preparation.
That's very good, because it has been a question and of course a raising concern for athletes or footballers not going to class.
Actually, I would take this chance, moderator, to inform our parents. Parents normally discourage these children from participating in such activities, thinking that it will make them deteriorate academically. But as I've informed you, most of our players here are the best in class. So it depends on how you guide them. It depends on how you talk to them. It depends on how you program them, how you program their time. They will always perform at the same time as they participate in the football, as they participate in basketball or volleyball or any sporting activity.
Hey teacher, what are the benefits that comes with hosting such a championship to you?
Yes, one, you are known. You are known. Because hosting such an event, you'll be known worldwide. Now we have various platforms where this is going to be shown. And after you are known, people will be in position to say, Kawalega is the one that hosted the regionals. And therefore, if it hosted it successfully, let us have it host the nationals. And after you have done that, guess what happens? You get the population.
Yes.
After you have got the population, you get your school to be known in terms of academics. These people will pass because people will be admiring the school. They will come and enjoy the environment. And after they have enjoyed the environment, therefore we shall be up there academically. We shall be among the best. We shall be known all over. And then other opportunities end up coming. For example, I know FUFA is looking at this. They will say, no, since Kawalega is always helping us in such activities, why don't we give them this facility? Another time you hear that we are having a swimming pool here for other competitions, something like that. So hosting this opens other opportunities to the school.
Okay, now Hedija, away from sports, what should you expect from Kabalega SS? Because you are looking at improvements being made in the school, as you are looking to having a bigger population in future, and also the school, you know, everything is changing now. We are in an era every day. We are changing from the past era to the new one.
Exactly.
What are the improvements you are looking forward to at Kabalega?
The improvements I've already told you: better population, better academics. And now government is again looking at us. Kabalega SS is a very old school. Being old implies the infrastructure has also gone old.
Yes.
And because we are known, government is coming in to rehabilitate these structures. Eh? Now imagine another time when you'll be coming here, maybe after 1 year or 2 years, you're going to find this place shining. You're going to find when we have had a facelift on all these buildings that are here. So that is one of the things that I should talk of sports.
Okay, that's very good to hear. And of course, we hope to see that as next year, because you have already promised us that maybe 2027 or 2028, we will be back here.
Exactly.
Now, head teacher, in your final remarks to the people of Bunyoro, to the OBs of Kabalega SS, and to the whole nation as we are going for this, as we are in this sporting event and also heading to the national championship, but of course life continues even outside sports. What could be your final remarks to this? But of course, in your final remarks, I should also expect a message to the parents about this, I think the negative mentality about children participating in sports.
Okay, thank you, moderator. One, to the parents, know that if your child has a talent, it is the duty of the school to improve on that talent. It is the duty of the school to develop the talent in that child. The school will identify your child to be participating in a certain game, and therefore we shall help your child to develop that talent. So I'm calling upon parents not to stop their children from, say, playing football. Playing football does not deteriorate academics. It doesn't, if it is well
Managed.
Well planned. Then number two, to my old boys, you are doing an amazing job. You are supporting our teams. You are supporting our basket team. You are supporting our football teams. These boys are doing amazing jobs. They are dressing us. All the kits that we have, it is cutters of the old boys. I'm saying bravo, old boy, bravo, bravo. Please continue supporting us. Even when we go for the nationals, we expect you to give us the support that you have given us at the regionals. Our performance is good because we have somebody behind, the old boy, that is supporting us. Then to the national. Now that we are hosting this kind of event, let us have all opportunities open to, especially our old schools. Let us give them a facelift. Even though we have already been promised that we are going to have a facelift here, let it come earlier than expected. Because sincerely we need a new touch. These buildings need a new touch so that the people whose talents are being identified are comfortable in school, are having a good learning environment. That's what I can say. And then another thing I would say to the athletes, let these games be to create friendship. Let these games be to promote our talents. Let them not be grounds of war. I've been watching this in several places. I saw what happened in Imbarara. There was a lot of fights during the night between students and the police. So I'm calling upon the whole country. Let these games be for promoting talent, for friendship, and then for placement, by the way. When you are seen to be performing very well, you can be identified by another school and you get a better opportunity. You can be identified by, say, university, and you'll be taken. You can be identified by a club that is playing in the UPL or even Premier League in the UK. The leagues that are in Europe, you can easily be identified there. So let these games be for promoting such a kind of thing, but not promoting hooliganism. And then I would also thank USSA for putting sanity into these games. The reason is we no longer have issues. There's this term they call bachuba.
Yes.
Machineries. It is no longer there. These children are playing against each other. Though the system in some schools is being tampered with, I would say, but there is at least sanity in these games. children are playing against each other, not children playing against hunters, not children playing against those people that are saying UPL, those people that are playing in those big leagues. So that is a thumbs up for USSA for having brought sanity into the games. Yes.
Okay, I can't thank you enough, sir, because the hospitality we have received at this school, the
Yes.
welfare, and whatever that is taking place, you see that big is big.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
And of course, the head teacher talked about hobbies being helping this school a lot in many things. I think I have a task to do with the hobbies. We have a mission to accomplish in 2031. It failed in 2026 with that man on camera. And of course, I will have to engage them and make sure that 2031, it's fully...
Other than sports, they are in very many things. They are looking at the infrastructure also. They are helping there. They are helping in academics. Some of them find time and come here and talk to these learners. They guide them on how they are supposed to behave. They even teach them in class. We have hobbies that
we
are
have
teachers.
We have your own here on this set.
Exactly.
Does he always come back here?
He's always here. He's in charge of our publicity.
Oh, that's very good.
Whatsoever images you see in the diaspora in the several platforms, it is courtesy of him.
So when I'm looking for Kabalega, I should just look for him.
Exactly.
So from here, I'm looking for him, then he will bring me to your office.
Yes, he will give you further details on how he does it.
Deal done.
Thumbs up for him.
Thank you, sir. And of course, it has been a fruitful discussion with two gentlemen, the head teacher of Kabalega SS and of course the zonal chairman. What a discussion. But of course, all this, we are doing it to make sure that school sports is promoted in Uganda. Many zones are still ongoing because Ankole zone, we also have to close this weekend. Acholi zone, West Nile, and many other zones. For Rwenzori zone, they climax their zonal games today. But of course, at USSA TV and all the Uganda Secondary School Sports Association social media platforms, you can find all this relevant information. But of course, I was talking about the CAF Africa Schools Football Championship at the beginning, telling you about how Chitende suffered in the final. The good news is that Owen Mukisa emerged the top scorer of this year's championship. From me and the whole team, KB, Ematalex, and the whole team of production, we wish you a good night.
Ready to dive into the world of school sports? From epic wins to game-changing plays, we've got it all. Catch the School Sports Podcast, telling tales, inspiring dreams, and promoting champions. Streaming every Friday. Don't miss out on USSSA TV.